Hello, everyone. Welcome to my first real live stream here, and we got a great matchup. Stuffed Flatbread versus TBling here in the Tournament of Power top 4 winner side. Winner will go on to face Evil Walrus in the winner side championship. I got on commentary with me PK Kirby. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to see a few names in the chat that I recognize, and I'm really excited to be commentating this game because, I mean, these two, like, it's a battle of old and new. Like, Stuffed Flatbread's been cruising through this tournament so far, hasn't lost a game yet, while TBling, part of the old guard, he lost a game to Poke Bunny in pools, and he's had a bit of a rough time getting through bracket, but we'll see how they do in this game and see who moves on to face Walrus, like you said.
Yeah, so classic 1-2-1. I'm also adjusting the audio at the moment, so please let me know in the chat how the audio sounds because I know it's probably not good at the moment. But we got 1-2-1 draft, and Flatbread is player 2, I believe. So he went PD Bro there, and taking Boo there pretty early. Get that Boo King Boo chemistry.
Yeah, so we saw that we went Bowser first pick for TBling and then went with the PD Bro. So that did allow TBling to pick up the DK and was also able to snag Yoshi. So that could be good for a quick 1-2 punch at the start of the inning. And then we also pick up Birdo, which could be some good chem for Yoshi throwing from left. And also the Birdo ball comes into play. So a lot of captains on the TBling side. Meanwhile, still no captain pick yet for Flatbread on the other side.
Yeah, you get down here, you see Mario still on the board. You might see TBling try and grab Mario next pick if Flatbread doesn't go Mario here. I know Flatbread's a big Stars on lover of Toadsworth, so let's see if he picks Toadsworth here. I'd assume. Wow, that's a early Pianta for drafts that I'm used to. Normally, I'd see Wario and Toadsworth, and usually both the Mario Bros go before PM there. So Flatbread gonna pick up PM there, and then TBling does counter with Mario, forcing Flatbread into a Wario Captain. You love to see Wario Captain get some garlic balls out during this matchup.
Yeah, not something that you see very often, the Wario captain, but TBling definitely made it happen with that Mario pick. There's only so many captains that you can choose at that point when literally the entire team so far on TBling's side is made up of captain characters. So there's only so much that you can do there. But I mean, still the Flatbread team is looking pretty nice. You got King Boo, you got Madge, you got the Bro, you got Boo pitching. So I mean, you've still got a lot of great options, but that not having a useful or at least a high tier captain swing, we'll see how that plays out when the game starts. Of course, we see that TBling's going to need to pick a pitcher at one point. I'm not sure if he sticks with Diddy or he sticks with Dixie out of the two, and we still no non-captain yet on the TBling side. We're wondering if he can go for the full sweep because he could pick up Diddy and then what the hey, maybe pick up Daisy just to complete it.
Yeah, I do think TBling is a Dixie pitcher, so probably won't get that. That'd be real fun though.
Yeah,
But
it'd be really funny.
looking here, Toador's still on the board, and TBling doesn't really have a spot to put him though. I think Flatbread
Yeah,
might be using that to his advantage, just letting him fall, grabbing some different characters.
yeah, but even still, TBling's got a pretty nasty field here. I mean, like the outfield of Bros and Yoshi, you can't really go wrong with that. The middle infield of DK Birdo, you can't do too much better than that either. And then you even got Waluigi on the corner base there, and can't really go wrong with Bowser at first either. So I mean, all around the fielding on the TBling side looks pretty great. While on the right side, yeah, middle infield's all right, but compare DK Birdo to PM Wario, not quite as good. But you still got Madge at third, but you don't have anybody with Chem for PD, so that doesn't really help him out too much there.
Yeah, you do see TBling pick up Paratrooper there, and I'd actually really like to see him switch Bowser and Paratrooper. You get that super jump on the corner. I know it does take away the laser at the first base on that entire side of the field, but I do like that super jump there to catch some of the hits. You get like a PD low liner, sometimes that super jump can be quite effective in that.
Yeah, and also it's possible. I mean, like Paratroopa has the strong arm, and you put Bowser at catcher, you got a strong chem throw from first. Like that could also work, and you've still got laser on third thanks to Waluigi, so not impossible. So we do get the Diddy pick. So the Paratroopa is the lone non-captain on TBling team.
Yeah, you see Flatbread pick up Dixie. I wonder if I do think TBling was going for to just last draft Dixie, so Flatbread taking that away from TBling if that was his plan to do so. Maybe forcing him to somewhat of a little bit more uncomfortable pitcher in Diddy. I mean, Diddy's typically everyone's first or second most comfortable pitcher, especially for TBling, who's a lot of an older type player, where Diddy was usually used over Dixie. So I'm sure TBling's not going to have any issues pitching Diddy this game.
Yeah, so far only fielding thing that pops into mind. I'm not sure if there was a change and I didn't see it, but the thing that sticks out to me, yes, you do got Madge at third, and obviously that's great. But I'm wondering why they didn't decide to go King Boo at third so that you can get that strong chem throw from third to first, since you do have PD at first. Maybe just wanted to have the chem throw from PD to home, but you don't really see first base get a lot of those throws home. So it'll be interesting to see if that comes into play when the game starts.
And something I noticed that jumps out at me of this lineup, Hammer Bros batting down at the 6 spot. That is really low in a lineup. You got PD at the 4 spot. Flatbread's got a lot of those heavy characters. King Boo, PD, Bro was trying to line up some of the chemistry, but I did like it how he had it before with just Boo leading off, or even doing Madge lead off into PD rather than having Magikoopa, then Boo, and then finally you get into some of those heavy characters, because you're going to lose maybe one at bat with them, especially Hammer Bro being down at 6 by having them so late in the lineup there.
Yeah, unable to pick up Waluigi too, so you can't even do the Boo Waluigi Wario core to make him like a true power hitter. So we'll see how having Wario in between PD and Bro works out. But we are starting the game off, and it will be the Wario team that starts it off here.
Yeah. That did not work. Trying to get the team rosters on the screen.
While that happens, we get a nice star hit from the Magikoopa, so it gets on to first base very quickly. And now we've got Boo, so I mean, you go from a great star hitter to a great singles hitter right away.
There we go. Well, captains are messed up, but that is okay. That is a known issue. Hopefully to be fixed soon. But one out here, Madge on first, King Boo up, heavy hitter. You put interesting again here, King Boo in front of PD. You're giving Chem to PD, who typically, you know, I would prefer to do the reverse, get the Chem for King Boo. A little bit of a harder home run to get hit with that character. So Flatbread completely playing in a different style than how I would be setting this lineup. And you see TBling there getting the strikeout with Diddy, 2 outs now.
Yeah, but now here's the PD, no Chem because no KB on base. But we definitely know that PD has the strength in most cases to get it over the fence. But instead, it's going to pop it up right over to Mario, barring a strange bobble that will be the end of the inning. And nothing on the board for Flatbread at the top of the first.
TBling leading things off here with the slap, not going for that star hit, sitting at 3 stars. I do like it there, not burning a star early. When you are only at 3 stars, typically if I'm at 4 or 5, I will go ahead and burn it, but especially when you have non-Captain Birdo, you need these stars for eggs. And he goes for an egg there, but it's going to go right to Wario. 2 quick outs and 2 stars burnt already this inning with Bowser sitting on first base. It's going to be tough to bring him around.
Yeah, and that's going to be the end of the inning right there. Yep, even Yoshi not fast enough. So you burn 2 stars, and now you're only at 1 if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to be really rough to deal with unless you can start getting these star chances. But Birdo's going to help out there, thankfully. So now we're up to 2. And then we got Hammer Bro here, you know, like you were saying, in the middle of the lineup, kind of a strange place to put him, but now you've got a real heavy hitter, and there's a heavy hit right over to right, and nothing Luigi can do about that. That's going to be a home run for the Hammer Bro to put Flatbread up 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a great hit. TBling was a little cautious there on the outside very early, and then Flatbread just comes back, reads the first strike at the at-bat, and puts that one over the wall. Walrus in the chat saying, taking all the power hitters from TBling was a great call. I mean, yeah, I've played TBling quite a bit. He's a great power hitter. I'm pretty sure he's a big KB user, so being able to grab KB early, which I think is what Flatbread did, really helped him out in this, able to grab all those power hitters.
Yeah, we do see here though that we've used up all of our stars with Noki, so now, I mean, we got a star chance here, so you might be able to get it back, but if this Pianta gets out, then we're going to be sitting at 0 stars, and we'll see how that affects him later on. I mean, you've got the lead, but a one-run lead isn't enough to feel comfortable, especially against a great hitter like TBling. Ooh, that inside pitch against DK is always so good. But a great catch right there, and that's going to be a single for DK.
Yeah, a little bit of a pull there, but still able to get down, was low enough trajectory not to hang up in the air. And now we got Chem for Diddy. Again, interesting way to have the lineup set to have Chem for Diddy rather than DK. But Diddy going to get on base here and put little bit of pressure here on Flatbread.
Yeah, Waluigi, a very nice hitter, and Noki not fast enough to get that. So now suddenly we've got bases loaded with no outs, and who do we have up? It's Mario, and with enough stars to do a Mario Fireball.
Yeah, Fireball here is super risky. If it hits the infield, it's likely a double play, but looks like TBlink's still going to be going for it.
Oh, uses 2 stars there, so you don't even get the hit off of that. You just waste 2 stars, and I guess Luigi, you could go for a Fireball technically, but decides not to use it, and now we've got 2 outs suddenly on the board. Wastes another star, and we are getting very close to a Noble Tiger situation here. We do not want this Paratrooper to get out and get nothing on the board, but gets a couple of nice balls. Petey with the amazing play, and the Noble Tiger has happened, so gets 3 on base with no outs and unable to put up a single run, so Flatbread continues his lead.
See righty Dixie with the discovery of the difference in bats. You see a lot of players switching to righty Dixie because that slightly larger, nice contact zone. And Dixie able to get on base here. And now we got the top of the lineup for Flatbread. But like we've mentioned, you got 2 slap hitters before you really get to some power hitters in this lineup.
Yeah, and like I said before, you've got no stars to work with, so you're just going to have to play raw with this Magic Koopa slap. A great slap to be sure, but then stuff like that can happen. I'm sure that as a star, that would have found its way through, but you know, you only really add an out, and now you've got Chem on first base for Boo if you really need it. I was thinking Birdo might have made that catch. It was very close for suction, but not able to get there in time, so now you've got 2 on for King Boo, and this can ramp this game up.
Bit of
and
a low
single.
Bit of a low traj there. Did pull it, which is kind of hard to do sometimes. The King Boo is a outside pitch, able to get good contact, but it's going to load the bases here for PD with Chem. And this is a very dangerous at-bat. Saw TBling throw that inside pitch, was able to get PD jammed the last at-bat. See if he goes back to it here.
This is a very huge moment. You can't go down 5 runs this early in the game, especially when you had an inning like you just did before. But a single, so that's only going to be 1 run, but now it's 2-0 and still only 1 out with a full round of bases here. And we do have Chem thanks to that Boo on third, so Wario is pretty scary. But a great inside pitch, and Wario is out, so we're still not out of it yet. Bases loaded for Hammer Bro. We already saw him go yard today. We're just swinging. We're kind of antsy to get these guys out of base and onto home. We'll have to see if this Diddy Kong can make it happen. There you go. So gets out of the inning, lets up a run, but considering the situation, you know, certainly a much better situation than letting up a grand slam. So the game is not out of reach yet.
Yeah, and you see walk-in Bowser makes a lot of sense, especially since TBling sitting at no stars currently, gonna have to put some slaps together, and now you get the double play. Ooh, never mind. Birdo actually beats that out. And infield, fielder's choice there. But one out here into a Yoshi bat with Chem.
Yeah, this is where things are going to become kind of unfortunate, although that is a very great hit for Yoshi, is that you've got 8 captains on your team, but almost all of those captains need to use 2 stars to get their captain swings to work, and right now you're sitting at 0 stars, so man, what you wouldn't give to have a nice DK banana available to possibly drive these runs in, but instead you're just going to have to rely on getting some nice singles, even with Diddy Kong up at bat next. So DK's not going to be able to perform, so now it's all up to Diddy Kong to, I mean, maybe get on first, but that doesn't even happen, and once again, this can be a quick inning for TBling with no runs on the board.
Yeah, like you said, Diddy getting on base there, even if he gets on base, it's not going to be scoring Birdo, except in the rarest of cases of a hit. So you're going to have to, again, get another slap. And that's the issue here without having a lot of stars to use or having power hitters, you're just going to have to be slapping a bunch of singles in a row to actually score some runs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to really rely on that Bowser team because you don't even have Bros as a backup, and we're gonna walk the PM by accident there, and now Diddy Kong in that righty position, another great single, so she's 2 for 2 today.
Or pushing to third base, like the base running there. You saw a bit of a fielder swap on the attempted play at first base, just unable to get that ball in the infield. And now Flatbread got another runner in scoring position, but no stars for either. Madge going to put a nice slap into one just out of the reach of DK, and that keeps this inning going. We're one batter away from the start of the power hitters here for Flatbread, and things are not looking good for TBling yet again.
Yeah, that should be. Oh, it decides to go to third. I was thinking a possibility of a double play going second to first, but that does not happen, and now we will be seeing King Boo with Kem on first.
Yeah, I think he does get the double play if TBling throws second and first, but sometimes you're just in the heat of the moment, you get a little bit mixed up on where to throw it. I know a lot of times there's a double play situation with bases loaded, and I throw home, for example, and instead of just going for the double play and getting out of the inning. But you see King Boo line into a line drive there, hit in the to end that last inning and bring TBling to the plate here.
Yeah, now this is a situation where small ball is going to have to reign supreme because you're going to need to get a single with Mario, then you're going to need to get a single with Luigi, and then you're going to need to get a single with Paratroopa, and then eventually you'll get up to Bowser, but you're going to have to hope to get him there with one out. Like, you really want to make sure that Bowser comes up when you have somebody on base just to get some runs on the board. But there we go. There's a nice hit by Luigi, so we're almost there, barring a double play.
And Paratroopa is really good at hitting into double play, so it's a decent threat. Not going to happen there. We got Bowser to the plate. I assume we'll get a walk, especially with no stars Birdo following this following Bowser here in the lineup.
Yeah, this is a really rough situation because of all those captains. There are only so many power captains, that being Bowser and Wario and Bowser Jr. if you really wanted him, I guess. But I mean, there's not really much that you can do here because you just don't have the stars with Birdo. So you can try your best for a nice single, but that's not going to happen. And now another inning where it looked like TBling could have gotten something on the board has gone away, and no runs are scored.
If you're TBling, you really got to win this star chance just because you need to start building some stars back for the end of the game if you want to make a late game push to try and tie or win this game. And he's going to win this one, so that's a good start, but oh no.
Dude, you jinxed him, my man. He didn't go for the jump and instead gets a weird chem bobble from Luigi to Mario, and now that starts going over to Flatbread.
And additionally, because he didn't win that chance and by getting that out, PD gets on base. You don't have an opportunity for another star chance this inning. And
Dude,
oh
my
no.
goodness. Wow, dude, that just became a Wario, an automatic Wario out turns into a Wario double, getting PD on third. 2 bobbles absolutely changing the trajectory of this game. Like, now we got Hammer Bro up.
Yeah, so this is going to be actually a close play at the plate. You got laser cutoff, but PD was off the base, not even going to be able to attempt the cutoff. We might have sent home early. I'm not exactly sure on that play, but PD did have to tag up or like come back to the base. Flatbread burning the last star there, trying to get Noki on base. Now looking to bunt.
I mean, that's the only star that we've seen for a long while. I mean, we've rarely gotten any star chances, mainly because characters keep getting on base, and because of that, we haven't been seeing very many opportunities to get stars, so that 1 star goes away, and now we're back to basically a big baller game.
Oh, you see
Without the
TBling.
stars on, of course.
We see TBling getting the jump catch in there, able to get out of that jam even with the 2 bobbles, so that's good to see.
Yeah, very fortunate there for TBling, but you really got to get the offense going, and this is a huge situation here. Another star chance has finally appeared. You really need to get this so that you can get some stars for Birdo, or maybe 2 for another character like DK, but no, it's going to go to Flatbread once again. And so it's really just going to be small ball for TBling because you're going to get around, and then eventually when Bowser comes up, there hasn't been a situation where he's needed to pitch to Bowser. So you just walk him, and then you got to hope that maybe you have a star for Birdo, or maybe you can get some good singles going, but it's really all small ball, and instead we're just seeing outs. But
Oh,
we
and
do have another star chance coming up.
this is not the captain you would love to see the star chance with. Oh, but Wario is going to bobble, and DD's going to get on base. Wow, a lot of bobbles recently. I don't know what's happening to players out there, but need to go back to the training field or something.
And Noki's going to get under that. And, like, it's just going to be an issue throughout the rest of this game. We've only got 4 innings left, and you still got to, like, get all the way around until you eventually get to Bowser. It's going to be a lot of singles, because you don't even have a character like Waluigi or Boo that could maybe squeeze out a double. So it's really just going to be about getting consistent hits.
I think this
But,
next
hey, you got a star there.
I think this next rotation through the lineup is going to be incredibly critical for TBling. He does have those 2 stars, so if he gets Bowser to the plate with maybe 1 or 2 people on base, forces Flatbread to walk, he's got that Birdo egg opportunity to get some runs across the plate. So, and another star chance here would be huge to be able to star with Paratroopa and still have those 2 stars to use with Birdo as well.
Right, so we've got 2 strikes on the Boo. Let's see what this next pitch brings, and a swing and a miss. So a quick 1-2-3 inning from Flatbread allows TBling to pick up some stars, and now suddenly the rest of this lineup is starting to look kind of scary with another star chance coming up here. And Wario with an amazing catch. Saves Flatbread from having to deal with 4 stars.
Back-to-back quick outs in the infield there, just a little bit too close to both those fielders. And we got the star chance here. TBling electing not to go for the star, but not going to be able to get that hit. So tied up in the star count 3-3. That was a big inning to get a couple star chances there. And now we got another stars. All the star chances seem to be pouring in at once now.
Yeah, all of a sudden they've come alive, and what's coming alive right now is the King Boo bat, as that's another knock for Stuff Flatbread, getting it over the right field fence, and King Boo has made this a 4-0 game. So not impossible. A grand slam can still make this tied, but it's starting to get further and further away from TBling. Still not out of the woods yet, of course. We still got PD into Wario coming up, and you've got 4 stars in the chamber too. You didn't even really think about it, but then you see that Flatbread suddenly has 4 stars, so you can start using them if you really need to. Obviously, PD not the character to do it with, but once you get to later in the lineup, those things can come in handy. And that will be another out. So TBling picks up another, so that'll be useful for when Birdo comes up next inning.
Yoshi should have that, and he does. TBling up to 5 stars now. Like we said, like all of a sudden, star gauges are full. Things have changed dramatically here for the outlook of this game for TBling.
Still, there's only so much that you're going to be able to do. You can imagine that, yes, Bowser will likely be walked, but then you do a Birdo egg, then they're both on base, and then what do you really do there? You kind of have to pick and choose which Captain Star Swing you might want to use, and you only really got one of them. So we'll have to see what they decide to do on this upcoming round of batters. Yep, there's that walk. So now let's see how Birdo fares.
Flatbread going to be working that outside pitch, trying to milk one of those stars, or maybe even a couple. But TBling showing some patience.
All right, so we got the 3 balls, so it's got to be strikes from here on out, or maybe no. That's going to be a good hit.
Yeah, that was a great
That is gonna
contact
go right
off
to
the
Dixie,
bat. We got a
though.
close play at second.
Oh, I would have really loved to have seen that body check, but instead we get an out from Birdo. So now, I mean, you've got Bowser at third, but you're not really looking to get like a bunt run in. You've got to start building some type of momentum so you can reach up to 4 runs, because you're not going to be getting a knock out of the park unless maybe you do it with DK here.
Oh, that is tragic. The Madge catch there. TBling thought that ball was going to get down. I thought that ball was going to get down, and it's just going to be a catch and easy run over to second base for Madge to get that double play. And that's 2 stars burnt and no runs come across. So, again, star usage for TBling so far has not panned out into runs.
Yeah, the story of this game for TBling is just going to be the amount of batters left on base. I mean, multiple times he's had bases loaded and he just hasn't been able to convert. And even right there, I mean, you got Bowser at third, maybe you can just squeeze him through, but instead gets a double play. And now suddenly this game is looking really out of reach for TBling unless something miraculous can happen.
Got a start chance here with DK. That's who you'd want to have it with. Such a great singles bat. And you just gotta string a bunch of singles together. TBling's been able to get maybe 1 or 2 an inning, but just not able to get the 4 to 5 that you're gonna need to start really scoring some runs and make this game competitive.
Walks the Diddy, that's definitely a mistake because you were probably looking for maybe a chance for a Diddy double play, but instead now we've got Waluigi, a consistent singles hitter, to possibly make this bases loaded once again, and looks like he's gonna do it. Oh no, wait, he held up. Yep, they're gonna get there. All right. But now this is exactly the situation that we saw earlier in the game. We have DK, Diddy, and Waluigi up in bases loaded, but we saw before that TBling couldn't convert, so this is gonna be a huge moment to see if TBling can get something going.
Yeah, you got to go for the Mario Fireball here. It doesn't the risk is necessary to take, but TBling gonna get struck out with Mario again, looking for that Fireball to hit. Second time he's been struck out when he needed to land a Fireball, and we're bunting with Luigi and stealing bases. Now we're caught in a rundown. We got both runners, all 3 runners being sent at all times here.
Yeah, this is gonna get my head spinning because there's so many people that you have to be paying attention to, but they all get back safely, miraculously, so Luigi still has a chance to bring in a run here.
I don't think you can afford a bunt in this situation because you do need to get Paratroop on base anyways to ensure that Bowser gets up to bat. So
Yeah, I'm wasting all my stars here. I'm just wasting them all, hoping for the best, and we do get Paratroopa on, and this is exactly the situation you want to see. Goes for the bobble, but oh my goodness, dude,
oh
what is
no,
going on? Get back, Waluigi. Holy moly, that would have been disastrous.
everyone is going to be safe here. Actually, you should be holding those runners because either you're going to be walked and get a run walked in, or you're forcing Flatbread to pitch to Bowser with the Grand Slam potential. But now we see Birdo with just the 1 star, and she's gonna get it done. That is going to take this game down to a 1-run lead for Flatbread. Just a lot of singles, like we said. TBling's done what he needed to do with this lineup to get this game close here, and a single will tie this game right back up.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because TBling, his base running should have been the end of him. Oh, look at that star. Why are you pitching at that, dude? It's so far outside. That's going to end the inning. So you're still down 1 run. I mean, a great inning by TBling to get back into this game. But man, what could have happened if you just could have gotten that single by Yoshi, but instead swinging at a very far outside pitch.
Yeah, that star hit just sometimes it confuses you. Like, I mean, that pitch was far outside. You cannot afford to swing at that, but Flatbread getting the best of TBling in that situation.
Yeah, but now, you know what? You're Flatbread right now, and suddenly this game has gotten a lot closer. You're feeling better, 4-0 lead. It's down to 1 run, so allows the ball to go down there to get the out at second. A good call, but you hope to maybe get some insurance runs here so you don't have to fear TBling tying up the game in the 9th.
Yeah, when you're letting that ball drop, TBling made the wrong play there by not throwing over to first right away, and especially that in that case allowed Boo to be on base for a King Boo at bat, which added the chemistry, but not gonna matter. Oh, we got a DK knockout bobble, but Yoshi's gonna be able to recover. That ball went really far into the outfield. That was to the warning track pretty much. So just a big big break for TBling, able to get Yoshi out there and catch that bobble.
Yeah, and from a concussion, we now have extremely important at-bat with a star chance available. But now DK at 2 strikes. Is he going to be able to convert here? It's going to be really huge if you can get a captain star swing, but instead gets out. And now only 2 outs away with only 1 star to work with. None of the captains are going to be able to utilize this.
Yeah, you don't even have Paratrooper coming up in the lineup very soon, so that's not even going to play a factor here. You're just going to have to get 4 slaps in a row with only allowing that without getting those last 2 outs in this game.
Yeah, and we're just swinging. We're just hoping to get the bat to the ball so that we can get some people on base. But now we're down to the final out. Waluigi likely can get on base with his great singles bat, but then you're going to need to convert with Mario and Luigi and Parachupa to make something really happen. Instead, that's going to be the end of the game. So Stuffed Flatbread takes it in a bit of a nail biter near the end there, 4-3. Got up real quick in a 4-0 fashion. An eighth run, an eighth inning comeback by TBling. It looked like it could happen, but some antsiness at the plate provided Flatbread with just enough of a lead to snag the win at the end of 9 innings.
Yeah, great game from both players, but the draft is super influential in how this game played out because for a long time we didn't have stars, and then when we did have stars, TBling was able to make something happen, get some runs, and a lot of the runs didn't even come from the stars. They just came from him finally being able to string together a couple hits, but TBling not really having those power characters, King Boo, Petey, or Hammer Bro being stuck with just Bowser, and didn't attempt to use DK as a power hitter in this game. So just unable to push runs across without having those single star hitters or power hitters to get runs on the board.
Yeah, rather unlucky there for TBling with the star chances. I mean, like you said, they started coming in late, and we could see what he could do once those stars were in place, but they just came a bit too late there at the end, and he was so close. He had bases loaded, he had Yoshi up to bat. It felt like he had a chance to get that single in there, but instead, that's going to be the end of the game and the end of TBling's winner's side run, but he is still in the tournament, of course. He's just going to be featured on the loser's side of the bracket.
Yeah, and we got this special message to bring all of y'all.
Notching a victory for flatbreaders everywhere. It's a victory indeed.
Yeah, it is a victory indeed for flatbreaders everywhere. I'll say I'm a bit of a flatbreader. I mean, I'm definitely a flatbreader, but I would have loved to see TBling been able to pull this one out, just because me and TBling have played a little bit of a rivalry between us. We played a bunch of NPSSs, just a long history of me playing TBlings. And yeah, we might actually have a good shot of meeting him on the loser side. I am in this tournament bracket on the loser side as well. So I think if we each get 1 or 2 more wins, we'll be facing each other, and that'll be fun. I'll definitely have the game for you on this channel if anything comes of that. And but I think that's gonna do it for us. I don't think there's any other games to be streamed. I would have loved to have streamed Walrus Flatbread, but I don't know if Walrus. I think he said he's at the gym right now, so well, that's not going to be happening. But thank you everyone for watching. Thank you PK for coming on for commentary. This was great first stream for me. But that's going to do it here. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we might be starting up some more streams soon. We'll see how my schedule works out and everything. But it was a little rough to start, but I think we got things smoothed out over the course of the stream. I'll definitely be having to look into more on how to get everything set up. But thank you everyone. I'm going to end the stream now.
Make sure you like and subscribe.